Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the dark side of the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I said thank you. Look at that. I'm almost orally gratifying my microphone. Another round of applause right there, man, for a person who just doesn't care. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I am your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are we doing tonight, Belle?
You know what? After the last song, the only thing going through my head is, yeah, you've met the king at our Renaissance fairs. His wife signs him up to do that song at karaoke every year. And that's what's running through my head after hearing Sweet Transvestite.
Is watching somebody sing it at karaoke. Nah, I got it, man. Look, I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm a huge geek. I don't apologize for it. I can quote the movie from start to finish. Why not start our little show with little taste of it? Here
Yeah,
at
Tim Curry.
I is what I'm saying. All right, that's Tim Curry. That's a guy who said, "You want me to dress as what?" Yeah, I can do that, and just own it. You know, that's how can I not admire that? Here at the podcast, guys, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about, bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because as we know, or as we should know, or as you really, really need to know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo, it's no longer acceptable. It's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the podcast again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I get it, man. Look, the market that's what the market's doing. But I made such a score here and here that I'm content to just kind of let it happen. And nothing's moving right now. All right. Everything is just flat, flat, flat. So I had to do what I do when the market gets really, really flat. And I start making big, big, massive trades for very, very, very fractions of amounts. We're talking about just tiny little microscopic amounts because I simply adore this. All right. This is where I can kill it. Now, I continue to do it because when you get into a market like this, that's just locked up. Everything's locked up. There's so much bad information, misinformation, malfeasance. It's crypto, guys. We kind of live with malfeasance. But when you get into a state like that, I understand people want to get protective of their cash. I do. I want to get protective of my cash. That's why I have so much dry powder. But that dry powder is so that I can come over here and play in this world right here because that's what I need to do right now. I'm still a Cosmos guy, even though I think they're doing everything they can to screw this entire chain right into the ground, and I know why. I'll tell you why. If you really want to know why, just ask. I'll tell you why. I've been in this field for a long time, and I have seen this before. This is nothing new. This is not fresh, meaning what the people at the top are actually doing. So I'm more than happy to just perfectly illustrate it for you. For those who really, really want to know why you are getting buried right now, I'm more than happy to tell you. Now, what you do right now is what matters, not what they do. See, the problem with crypto is that everybody waits for somebody else to do something. Everybody waits and they listen and they hang on every single word with bated breath, waiting for something to happen instead of trying to make something happen. I don't begrudge these people, all right? You do crypto your way, you do investing your way, and I will do it my way. But I'm not the type that can just sit there and watch it happen. And do this and I just got to hold. You just got to trust the people at the top. The people at the top are 25-year-old kids with this much business acumen to them. It was neat. It was fun. They absolutely capitalized on it. They're riding it into the ground right now and telling you that everything is okay. Now, if this is your method of crypto, if this is the way you do your investing, this is the wrong channel for you. Not that I don't want, hang around, get to know us. Maybe we'll change your mind. But if you are just the 100% passive type of investor, then with the direction and basically it's not even really changing direction. It's just talking a hell of a lot more about what I actually do. Then this probably isn't the channel for you, man. You're going to want to look at, I don't know, the chart, Tweeter. Twitter. That's all you need. You just need Twitter. Read the flavor of the day. Read the narrative that they're spinning you right now. Stake your tokens, forget about them, and come back dead broke. That seems to be the direction of the cosmos right now, man, and that doesn't work for me. So I have been going overly aggressive, and I've been riding up and down the Bart Simpson little haircut here. We all do it. The people who are pushing big cash in here, they're doing the same damn thing, guys. All right, there is no other reason for this thing to be going up and down with that tiny little bit of amount, unless you have an awful lot of buy pressure and an awful lot of sell pressure in very small fragments. What we are doing over there is going player versus player on ourselves. It's mercenary capital. This is what mercenary capital does. You're not going to see it on Twitter. You're not going to see it in your self-help books. You're not going to see it anywhere. This is what mercenary capital does. And it's not just this market. It is every market. There is a universal truth to mercenary capital, and that is we don't care what it is right now. We care what it'll be 15 minutes from now. We're going to try to capitalize, take your money, and we're gone. You're going to come back 15 minutes later and try to take ours. It's an ugly, brutal type of business. But when the velocity of money slows down like it has, when people are hanging on and just hoping for news, rumor, anything, so that they can make an informed decision while they're doing this, and particularly in the cosmos, why their tokens are bleeding flat, the other money is out there earning any way that it possibly can. Now, I leverage trade, man. Look, there's a reason I've never really talked about this, and I'd never really get into this. I'm starting to share it up there on the Patreon videos. We're getting some good questions. FX King, yes, I do not believe in charts. Charts are absolute rubbish. All right, charts exist and the chart oracles exist so that you will pay them for their secret, that they crack the code and nobody else has. No, I don't believe in charts. They're absolute crap. Absolute crap. There is no chart in the world that you can look at right now and tell me right there what Bitcoin is about to do. Because if you have cracked that code and you're going to tell me what it's about to do, and you can get it right 60% of the time, basically a little bit more than pure luck. But if you can do it 60% of the time and you can prove it to me, I will buy your goddamn book. But you can't, because it's a mystery. Nobody knows. I understand what's going on here right now because I participate in it, but none of us know if it's going to go up, down, sideways. We simply don't know. We make educated guesses, we gauge market sentiment, and then we take a shot. And that's really all there is to it. It is effectively a gamble, but it is an informed gamble. It is it's a hell of a lot closer to poker than it is to a slot machine. All right, because we can judge, we can make educated guesses based on what we're seeing at this particular moment. So yes, I have to go over here and go savage over there on the in the leverage world, so that I can still continue to earn to acquire my tokens in my long positions that I consider worthwhile. Atom, I do not consider worthwhile. Osmo, absolutely not. I wouldn't touch it with your money. I don't believe a word they said. I think Cosmo verse 23 was a successful failure. And if that's what they intended to do, great. They nailed it. But aside from that, there was no good juju that I took out of that. Now, Eric was there. Our friend of the show, Astrovault Eric, was there. And we're going to bring him on the next live stream, and he can tell you, as the person who was there, he can give me the information. He can give you the information. But I don't think I need to wait. I think I can judge pretty accurately what he's about to tell us. But you know what? We'll go ahead and play around with that a little bit anyway. These verses, these Cosmo verses, they exist to make the organizers money. You understand this, right? That nobody there speaks for free, and they're not paid to speak there. They pay to speak there. They pay money to get on that stage. Nothing in this world is free. Nothing in crypto is free. Nothing. So they literally pay money to get up there to tell you all about their great plans at the Cosmo event of the year, to get you to buy their goddamn tokens. And why Sonny from Osmo was sitting up there wearing that Roman armor, his token. This is funny, Bell. By the way, I love the I do love the Roman armor because I all I saw was Nero. That's all I saw up there. Because while he was up there telling you how everything is going very, very well, his token hit a all-time low every single day that he was there. It's hit its new all-time low 5 hours ago. But
You know
there's
what? They didn't even show enough initiative to tag you and I to actually make their Roman armor. So I'm a little bit offended.
Oh, I would have built it from scratch. You bet. I would have
I
charged.
know.
It would have been about $85,000. That's what that Roman armor would have cost, but it would have had my mark on it, man. So you could have said, yes, I own a one of a kind. But why they were doing this and clapping themselves on the back for their brilliance and telling everybody who would listen how well everything is going. Every one of these tokens are hitting all-time low after all-time low after all-time low, and they are coming back in telling you that it's just the bear market. It's not that the tech is bad. The tech is great. The tech is everything. That's the only thing people care about is the tech, unless you're an investor. And then you don't give a shit about the tech. You want to know who's using it, who's paying to use it. This is what you should be asking. Who is utilizing the tech? Who is paying you to utilize your tech? Ford doesn't give away cars, man. They'll make the car and you could have it and use it if you pay them. And that seems to be a question that we just never ask in the cosmos. We always assume that everything will be well. And then it follows up with the same kind of tired bullshit narratives that have been hitting this space for the last year. It's the builders who are building in the bear are the ones that are going to be successful. There is zero empirical data to suggest that that is correct at all. Because every one of these chains that are still sitting here all-time low, all-time low, all-time low, not putting out anything new, not changing the game, not reevaluating their own tokenomics and figuring out why the hell they're in the toilet, they're still building. So all you need to do is listen to the narrative, believe it, and buy the tokens. It doesn't matter. If they go down a little bit, that's okay, because DCA, everybody knows that it's all about DCA. How do you think the AMP people feel right now about DCA? How about the Juno people? How about, dare I say, Bell, how about the Osmosis people? How do you think they feel about the DCA when every single day it is lower than it was the day before? Now, this is interesting, too, because this is on a day when Bitcoin actually had some action. The velocity of money, it actually broke loose a little bit. And why all of this was happening, all of these nice little rises and pumps, Osmo just kept going down and down and down. So if all is well and everybody is believing your line of bullshit, why does your token continue to go down? I think it's a fair question. Now, the answer is pretty obvious. You're minting more. Your devs are selling them on Umi, and nobody is buying them. So it's pretty basic math at this point. So at what point do you have to ask yourselves, why do I still want to be tied to this token? Why do I still want to put all of my eggs in the Osmosis basket when those eggs were going to be worth less tomorrow? I'm not telling you what to buy. I don't care. It's your money. It's your business. You want to see how much Osmo I own? Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can pull it up here for you guys. 1 second, Bill. I got to move. I got to move a screen here. I will. I can't show that screen. 1.2 Osmo. That's how much Osmo I own. 1.2, and I own even less Atom. Not because I don't like it, but because you guys are mismanaging the shit out of it, and I am gonna be gone before you start buying up all these other chains, consolidating everything into an absolute sinking ship. I want nothing to do with it. I'm gone. My money is safe because it's not sitting in your token. But aside from that, man, I've been having a ball. I've been killing it in leverage. I've been running the hot hand. We'll get into that. We'll talk about that. So yeah, it's been working out real great for me because when I do come over and capitalize over on my DYDX, even though this is brutal, I miss this one. Obviously, you can see that it doesn't take much. I mirror my actual transactions. I mirror them over to here so that I can show them during the live streams because I can't do this behind a VPN. It'll never. We can't get the bandwidth. But when you're doing a $275,000 trade, a 15x Bitcoin leverage, it doesn't take much action to move that money that much. Now, the bear about this one, and again, is that it's about $125 taker fee when I get out of it. So I needed to move a little bit over $100 for me to be profitable in this. And I've been again, this is just what I'm doing right now. Is I'm riding these up and down, get what I can, couple $300-$400. I love the idea that I have to put up a trade that's worth $275,000, Val, to make $500. I love that, man. If that is not crypto in a nutshell, I don't know what is. All right. So we're gonna get into all of this, guys. We're gonna revisit, spend some time tonight revisiting some of these dead and dying chains because it's just fun to. I don't whistle past the graveyard, but these things still exist and people are still buying them. So if they're allowed to have my say, it seems like I am as well. So we're going to revisit some of these dead and dying ones. I happen to be wearing one of their T-shirts right now. I purchased this on the Cosmos merch store. And I did this, obviously I'm wearing it ironically, but I figured they have these in stock and nobody's going to buy them. So I use it with my Stake Bacana rewards. Why not go ahead and help them out? So tonight we're a big Juno fan and we were going to get into that one too. All right, Belle, before we really hit it and start doing it, I see you smiling a little bit. Do we have some questions, some comments, some concerns, some observations?
Oh, yeah, we do. We actually have several good questions. So
Yay.
New type coming in. Sorry, I haven't been here recently. Looking good, Belle and Scott. Thank you, new type.
Thank you. Do you like the T-shirt, dude? Is this killing it, man? Because I'm repping. All right, Juno offered us a sponsorship, and watch this. Here you go. Because who's that shit that comes around? Everything we say goes up to osmosis immediately. I don't know the guy's name. I'm sure he's here though.
We're gonna call him Voldemort.
Okay.
I mean,
we'll
call him Voldemort.
Juno is paying us $125,000 a month to shill Juno tokens. That's how we earn. I'm not actually a crypto investor. I never have been. I get paid to shill tokens, and Juno is paying us $125,000 a month to shill the token. I just want to see if that ends up over there at Osmo, Bell. Please carry.
If that winds up on the Osmo Reddit too.
I do. I think that's funny. Go.
All right. I'm sure you've already shared your thoughts somewhere, but what were your thoughts on the Stride merge into Atom proposition?
Ooh, I don't like any little bit of that, man. There is it literally it incentivized me to finally clear out the last of my Atom position. I haven't been. I'm not heavy in Atom anymore. I've sold all that stuff off, but I do like to short it. So I will buy up 10, 15 grand or whatever, and I'm just hoping it goes up a dime, something like that. I can make a few $100, dump it off. The liquidity pools are huge when the pathing works on osmosis. Right now, man, that pathing is all over the board. Maybe we'll show that later because it is. I just don't get it, man. How you could spend so much time up there with a broken DEX. I mean, we're literally Twitter. We're posting screenshots. For me to buy $1,000 worth of Atom, there's like $400 worth of slippage, and everybody's just kind of cool with it. Oh, they'll fix it. You should just do this and this to fix it. No, I shouldn't do this and this to fix it. You should fix it. It's your goddamn DEX. But anyway. It definitely motivated me to get the hell away from this. This is it, man. This is me right now. There's two chains I care about over here on Cosmos. I care about Jackal. I care about Akash, and I really don't care about the rest of this. All right, it's neat. I don't like LSDs. They're a freaking minefield. I want nothing to do with any of this stuff anymore. So I'm just washing my hands of this until they grow up. Or until they figure out an actual vision for what they're doing. Because right now, they're just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. Everything about this Stride buyout smells like they are smoked. They are in incredible financial trouble. And because Atom put their name on it when they gifted them so many tokens over there to Stride, it's basically their credibility is on the line at this point. So they're going to say, we're going to save it, and we're going to save our credibility by making sure that the people at the top are taken care of, we're taken care of, and we're just going to burn the investors on this because hell with them, right? Investors have always been the product of the cosmos, not the products. but the investor. And every action that they take seems to suggest that I'm 100% right about this. I think that this is going to work out in my favor. So anyway, we'll get back, guys. We're going to get some more questions. Before we do, we have to pay the bills. We actually have real sponsors. And yeah, I got to fill my glass anyway. And Belle's going to be telling you all about them. One of our latest and greatest sponsors. Belle, I won't even hype it up. Go ahead, take it away, Belle. Tell them all about it.
All right, podcast family, I have a story to tell you. I was at an Alchemy Pay party the other night, just enjoying my evening and discussing Alchemy Pay with other Alchemy Payers, and I noticed a gentleman across the room, and his shirt was, well, it was perfect. It made me wonder how he managed to look so casual and so professional with a shirt such as the one he was wearing. So I approached the man and I asked, "Sir, what kind of shirt is that? You look fabulous." And he responded to me, "It's called an untuckum, and it's a revolutionary design in men's clothing as it allows the shirt to be worn untucked. It's literally in the name, my man. Untuckum." So I left the Alchemy Pay party in a state of disbelief, and I went to my home at Shady Acres Apartments on 5th and Euclid, where they always offer new move-in specials. Ask for Katie. And I got out my Microsoft Surface Pro, and I Googled untuckum shirts. And sure enough, the man was right. They came in many styles and colors, and they were all designed to be worn. You ready for this? Untucked.
What?
It truly is a revolution in men's apparel. I couldn't wait to buy Scott Moore Untuckum shirts, and I did. And I used the podcast coupon code, "Hit me, you big silly ass," for 3.7% off my order.
Such a weird number.
I am sure glad I went to the Alchemy Pay party. That's all I'm saying. Be right back, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. How much fun would it be if I changed T-shirts in between streams? So we left the Juno lying on the ground and we put on our Sif Chain T-shirt. That would be fun. That would be a good one.
All
right, Belle.
If you changed it into a Sif Chain T-shirt.
God, millions of dollars, man, locked in 7 days.
I have
never lost
that.
I have never lost that much money in such a short period of time. 7 days, guys. I got buried for $2.1 million in 7 days with nothing. And it's kind of funny because they weren't returning my emails during that time. For some reason, Bill, they weren't getting back to me. $2.1 million in this many days. Yeah, as soon as they started that PMTP bullshit and locked everybody in, and I wasn't even in town, man. Didn't even know. Then bam, you come back and you're down $2.1 million. I wasn't happy. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
All right, Microman. Are CFI tokens like Crow dead, or do they have a future?
They're going to have as much. These are still big ecosystems, guys. All right. And it's going to take a while to bleed them down, but you have to understand why these ecosystems exist. That's what that's the unspoken thing in crypto is you have to understand why these big unspoken things exist. Now, Adam, by itself, and as the token is there and as what the token actually does, the Atom token exists to pay validators. I'm sorry, man. Look, that's it. You can call me on it. Go for it. I'm right. I'm 100% right. The top 10, 15 validators on these on this chain are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and they're not holding Atom. How can I prove that? Because of the declination of the Atom token over the last 6 months. It is clear that everybody is getting what they can, turning it into cash, and hoping that you buy and hold and that you turn into one of these guys. I haven't tracked out every single validator yet because I'm not that interested in it, and I'm even less interested now because I don't own any of the token or very little of it. I don't know, a couple $100. I have a lot of wallets. I'm sure I have some scattered around out there, but these things, they don't exist to build the better world for you and your friends and to bank the unbanked and all that other crap. They exist to pay the people who maintain the chain. That's it. It's infrastructure cost. All right. And everybody knows that a validator could cost upwards of $100,000 a month. It does not cost $100,000 a month. It costs about $70 a month for the physical hardware. But Crow is no different, man. All right. And they're going to do what they can to keep that chain up, to keep that chain interesting, because you have validators up there that are just getting paid millions and millions and millions of dollars annually. So, no, they're going to do everything that they can to try to keep that maintained. But Crow by itself is not running any, it's really not running any differently than any of the big major ecosystem tokens, man. They're all bleeding out. They're all bleeding out for the same reason. You got to continue to pay the bills, and there's no interest in the tokens. There's no magic formula here, guys. This is just simple dollars and cents. They have to print tokens. They have to pay for validators. They have to pay for all of this stuff. You got to pay developers, right? Builders building. You got to pay for all of this stuff, and nobody's buying the damn tokens because everybody who's left out here is dead broke or they've moved on. Now, that is absolutely the elephant in the room that we don't talk about, but it is what it is. So is Crow going to be there? It'll be there until it bleeds to nothingness. It'll be there as long as you can still keep the lights on and pay the bills. It'll still be there. But there's nobody making any money on these tokens. Nobody's making any money on these tokens except for developers and validators. Welcome to the DeFi of 2023. Hope that answered the question. Belle, please carry on.
All right. So next question also coming in from Microman. After the next crunch, which we talked about yesterday, when the ETF money leaves, how do we get external capital into the real crypto businesses that will emerge?
Well, see, this is the easy part. And I don't understand why crypto as a whole continues to fight this, because it is a fundamental truth. It is a fundamental truth in business, and it always has been. You have to provide a product or a service that somebody will pay to use. This is not hard. Why do we continue to go out of our way to try to make this difficult when it isn't? You provide a product or a service that an external customer will pay to use. It's called a business. It's not building a token or tokenizing something that doesn't need to be tokenized. It's called providing a product or service that people will pay to use. Period. That's it. So the ETF, it's going to be one hell of a rush. It absolutely will. They're talking about 200 billion getting launched in here. I think it'll be a hell of a lot more than that, and it'll flash and it'll pop like you've never seen crypto do yet. And when the dust settles, all of the people that got over here and got absolutely savaged by all of the people that have been sitting here holding on to their Bitcoin and just waiting, all the ones who say, I'm never going to sell. What the fuck kind of investment strategy is that? I'm never going to sell my speculative asset even though I'm making nothing on it. What kind of strategy is this? Let me help you. I'm going to even go big screen. Sir, this is why you're down. All right, this is why you are getting absolutely crushed by people like me who choose to sell, who choose to see an overvalued asset and part with it because we know it'll be back in our buying range because you're going to hold on to it. You are exit liquidity. You're going to be exit liquidity your whole life, and good luck on your crypto journey. But the kicker here is that for some reason, we're not focusing on it. We don't care about products. We don't care about actual use case. It means nothing to us. What we want to build are incredibly esoteric products and come up with new ways to try to squeeze a dime out of a nickel. That's what we do here. All right. And the funny part is that we've already seen this. It was called Terra. We've already seen what the worst can do when they're given that kind of blanket authority and people don't ask a lot of questions. We've already seen this. But for some reason, particularly in Cosmos, particularly with Stride, we seem, and Kajira, I know you guys, big fan, everyone loves it, man. I there's nothing about that I like. But we've already seen what happens when there's no accountability, when you're only in it simply for the money, not the tech, and you're going to ride this scheme as long as you absolutely can. We've already seen this, and we saw the end results. We're going to see it here again because it just seems like we're embracing that model. Now, that's the crypto goldfish memory. We forget all about what happened. Whatever happened 6 months ago never happened. It doesn't matter. It's just about the now. It's just about 10 minutes from now. That's it. So everybody that lived through that learned dick for lessons, and they're literally coming back up and cheering on their own demise. It's not about that, guys. All right, that time came and that time passed. Now it's time for real innovation, real products, using tokens for things that need tokens. But if you are purely a Web3 facing company only, that's all you care about is Web3, you are going to bleed and you're going to die, particularly if you're tokenized. There's not enough capital over here, and the capital that is doesn't care about your vision. So the thing that survives the ETF rush, and it's going to be a glorious 6 months, man. I will make millions of dollars. It will be glorious. But after it's done and over, now we get down to business, and we get to see who actually is one. Hope that answered the question. Belle, please carry on.
Oh, Scott, you're going to love this next question.
Probably.
Since you are coming from the viewpoint of an armor smith, and I've been working for a bladesmith for the past month. Microman, if I'm interested in buying a replica Connor McLeod sword from an armor shop, should I be concerned that they call it a Duncan McLeod sword, even if they have the right one?
I don't know, Belle. Why don't you answer that question?
Okay, so Geek going into overdrive here. Microman. Yes, you should, because number one, there is a big difference between armor smithing and bladesmithing. So that blade that you're looking at the armor shop is probably going to fall apart because two totally different areas of blacksmithing. Scott, correct me if I'm incorrect on this one. But okay, the Connor McLeod sword, he had two of them. He had the McLeod longsword or the Ramirez katana, which yes, did have dragon heads for the pommel, but the Duncan McLeod sword literally was only the dragon's head katana. So yes, you should be. There's no way to judge the metal quality or if they are very, very functional.
Boy, you are just next level geek on that question, aren't you? Look at you go. She's like, yes, they're asking about swords. Carry on, Belle.
All right, so new type. Can BTM fight them? Be another dead zombie Cosmos chain you might add to your list?
Probably. You know what? Honestly, man, look, 90% of the Cosmos chains out here are dead. They're just dead, man. They're just kind of, but it's kind of funny that you asked that question, particularly around dead chains. And that's another reason why I absolutely hate even the talk of the whole Stride merger. It sets a bad precedent. It sets an incredibly bad precedent that Adam is going to come out and bail out all of these dead and dying chains because they're all most likely friendly with each other. So it wouldn't surprise me a little bit if something like that does happen. And again, that's why I'm out, man. I can't be a party to this. I'm going to stay in the two chains that I'm in over here again, Jacqueline and Cash, and hope that it survives long enough because they are built Cosmwasm and they kind of need it. But whatever you thought was going to happen here is not going to happen here. Belle, please carry on.
All right. So, Luke, I'm up 35% in a week in a crypto called Liquidity that's outside the Cosmos because I did my research. I don't restrict myself to the Cosmos or Bitcoin.
No, why would you? I don't think too many of us do. From a broadcasting perspective, if you want to build and maintain an audience, obviously we've been wildly successful, Belle. We got like 8 or 9 people watching tonight.
No, we've got 18 watching right now.
18, my goodness.
Yeah, we've got 18.
Okay, I'll tell you what. because we have so many people tonight, we're going to give away 1,000 Jackal. And Belle's going to figure out how we're going to give it away. So there you go, man. Look, and we're not asking. We don't advertise for this. We don't give a shit. I'm sure, Belle, do we have at least 1,000 Jackal loose in that dead wallet over there? Probably.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's my promotions wallet. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're okay. Well, that's the promotion wallet, and we're gonna give away 1,000 Jackal after the next break. Belle will tell you how. I don't care. I don't know. She chooses it, and I'm kind of indifferent to it. But yeah, I completely derailed myself. I'm tight,
you
man.
did.
All right, I've been drinking. What was the question? Ask the question. I don't know. Look, I do this. I'm in crypto. I'm an executive alcoholic. I am a little bit intoxicated right now. Belle, please carry on.
All right. So that was Luke saying I'm up 35% in a week in a crypto called liquidity that's outside the cosmos because I did my research.
Fantastic,
I don't
sir.
restrict myself to the cosmos or Bitcoin.
There we go. Yeah, nor should you, man. Look, I will dabble in Bitcoin. I will dabble in Bitcoin in leverage trading because that's where all the action is right now. It's either Bitcoin, Ethereum, any of the top 20. That's pretty much where I'll spend my time. And yeah, man, that's great, dude. Anything that you can get up on right now, man. The exponential purchasing power of any meaningful percentage jump on any of your tokens right now is it's absolutely heroic. So yeah, if you got 35%, man, that's fantastic. I'm not solely vested in Cosmos. It's what we talk about because that's what our audience knows. But dude, I'm all over the board, man. I mean, I'm everywhere. You got to diversify. That's all it is. And Cosmos right now is pretty much dying from top to bottom. So it would be a little bit foolish, in my opinion, to keep all of your eggs in this basket. Hope that answered the question. Belle, carry on.
New type. I know this is a majority Cosmos channel, but do you give much weight to the hype to the ISO 222 coins and their partnerships with banks?
I think XRP can benefit from it. Maybe XRP, XLM. I think that they're going to get. I think that they're going to get a little bit of benefit from it. But the whole thing, the whole ISO thing, it feels unfinished to me right now. So it's nothing that's going to force me to say, holy shit, I got to buy XRP. It's not going to do that. I short XRP. I long XRP all the time. Thank goodness that it shows up on some of the leverage platforms that I use. But is it going to really be a game changer? I don't think so. I don't believe so, man. But look, ultimately, I'm not in banking. All right, that's not my MO. I'm simply an investor, and it's a little bit out of my purview. So I'm not going to sit here and suddenly become an internet expert. I could see it giving value to a few specific chains, but that's about it. Just my opinion. Hope that answered the question. Belle, please carry on.
Microman, the dream of crypto was revolutionizing the financial system. Here we are talking about making money. Has the dream died or is it just delayed? Idealism versus capitalism.
No, I think I look at it a little bit differently than I think that most people do, man. Look, blockchain by itself is a technology. Now, two chains that I absolutely love and adore that I don't talk about much anymore, even though I made a video on one today, they're utilizing the tech for what it can do. And it's active and it's in practice. I'm a big fan of the self-custody element of it. Now, the last couple streams I've been starting out my monologue, and I've been reading from something called The Law. For me, this is a political position more than anything else. All right, I'm a 100% diehard libertarian that believes the government has no business in my business, not without a warrant. That is going to talk about specifically what you're looking for and where you're going to be looking for it. So if you don't show up with that, you're certainly not welcome. But that includes all aspects of my life. All right, that includes my personal data privacy, and I can get that in blockchain, but I can't get it anywhere else unless I want to put everything about my life on a single thumb drive and hope I never lose it. But if I want to embrace modern technology, then I have to embrace the products that are using this modern technology that will benefit me. So banking the unbanked, sure, great. Knock yourself out. I think it's a great idea. But that's a philosophical type of argument, and I don't agree with it. I think it's neat. But that would be assuming that all of crypto exists due to altruism, and we've clearly shown that it does not. It exists for money. Again, for me personally, it's a privacy element, meaning that I want my business to stay my business. There's now a path for me to make that happen, and I'm going to utilize that path, and I'm going to utilize it through blockchain. If it happens to make the world a better place, great. But I don't tell other people how to live their lives, and I don't expect to be told how to live mine. So the technology exists. The genie is out of the bottle. It will be used in greater and greater force in products. As soon as people get past the quick buck mentality, then the technology itself is going to start to be greater. It's going to be utilized to a greater extent. I mean, Jesus, the internet, when it first came into fruition, was the same damn thing. So it's not the quick buck that I care about, and it's not banking the bankless. It is the technology that allows me to maintain a semblance of privacy, regardless of what a government says that they can or can't do to me. You want to take a look at my data? Right here. Go for it. It's on Jackal. You crack that nut. Go ahead and crack it. You can see everything. But you can't, because if you coulda, you already woulda. That's why I am in this world. Now, if I can happen to profit on it, I can. If I can happen to profit on it, I'm absolutely going to. But until then, man, look, this is for me, man. This is a way of life, absolute way of life. So hope that answered the question. Belle, please carry on.
All right. So Stephen Douglas, hot girl sword nerds are awesome.
You know what? They are, and that gets a round of applause.
All right. I am gonna touch base on that one. Okay. So the katanas that we were talking about, they're not my favorite weapon, though. The one I'm drooling over and wanting to get my hands on is called a yatagan, and she's pretty.
Just call Badger. Tell him to make you one. If you want it that bad, just make it. I don't want that. I want a fantasy. I want an elvish longsword because, again, I'm a total geek. I am a traditional blacksmith, a traditional armor maker, and I make historically accurate armor, but I got bored with that, so I started making fantasy armor. So if I'm doing that, I need the weapons to go along with it. So anyway, carry on, Belle.
Well, see, the thing is with the yatagan, because I have a long reach and can actually get the blade up high, with the way that's curved and the fact that the point is actually in line with my wrist, yeah, I can do a lot of damage with that one. So, yeah.
Well, the very idea behind that sword is why the Romans added the reinforcing band across the front of their helmet. It was just for that same thing, because we're getting off base here, Belle. Carry on, please.
Jack Sparrow, and this is kind of a thread, so I'm going to have to read the next three comments together.
I will
Jack
sit back.
Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
Still, XRP is much more solid than most crypto tokens, in my opinion. I don't hold any, but I might.
I agree.
Luke responds, Algo was also ISO before any of them. How did that turn out?
Look at Lucas just up there. Luke comes in and smacks him, so I don't have to. Go ahead, Belle.
Followed by Microman. Is there any profit in XRP, though? For those of us with hundreds, not millions.
Yeah, if you leverage it, dude. I mean, you're talking about multi-billion-dollar tokens here, man. Look, these things, I understand the dream. Oh, it's going to be $10 any day now. It ain't. All right, it never will be. Unless a loaf of bread is $380,000, XRP will not be $10, man. Look, there's the fundamental laws of economics that suggest to me right now that that's not going to happen. So you have to do what you can to try. I do what I can to try to get in and swing around with the big players, and it's called 20x leveraging, man. But it's not. It's a lifestyle, man. This is nothing that I recommend anybody do. So, yeah, I'll just leave it right there. Belle, go ahead and carry on.
All right, so Microman, after that last little bit with the swords, excited Belle is hot. Sorry.
Okay, well, you know what? Another one. Looky there, Belle. Round of applause.
Yeah. And Stephen Douglas, ooh, hot and dangerous at the same time. It just gets better and better.
You know it does, and man, that's what you get here at the podcast, man. You guys get all of the goods. All right, whatever you happen to need, man, you're gonna get it here. And by the way, here's where we are. We're still down $700 on this particular trade. I'm not sweating it. My liquidation price is so far down. Bitcoin's not falling to 26.4 tonight. I don't need it to go that far. That's the funny thing with this particular trade because I was in right here. I just need it to go to about here. Right around 27.6, which I believe that it's going to hit long before it is going to hit 26.5. So I'm not exactly sweating that. But you did ask the question, so we can kind of show it over here. So on DYDX, which is one that I tend to use more than anything else, these are the tokens that you can trade over here on DYDX, and this is where I spend most of my time because all of these tokens are worthwhile to me. Now, I'm going to answer a question that actually came up. This came up over on the Patreon channel. What do I look at if I'm not looking at charts? Because charts are absolute crap. Believe it or not, I get a lot of my information from forums. I get a lot of information from Twitter. I get a lot of information because when you're over here trading, when you're leverage trading, when you're getting into this world, it's about market sentiment. It is no longer about fundamentals. I don't give a shit what anybody says. If they say it's simply about fundamentals, I can tell you right now that they are not a successful leverage trader because this is emotion. All right, over here, this is gambling. This is emotion. Now, it's informed kind of, if you can stay objective. But this is not about fundamental crypto trading, man. This is PvP over here, all right? This is Merc Capital versus other Merc Capital, and this is what we're going to be keeping our eye on. Now, I killed it today on Thorchain. Absolutely killed it today on Thorchain, and I did it. Believe it or not, I did it in a short position as Bitcoin was long. So I've been working that one pretty good. But these are the two big ones that I more or less stay focused on are your Bitcoin and Ethereum, because when you're getting into leverage trading, guys, you are going to look for things that are not moving fast, because fast tokens are going to absolutely wipe you out if you are in a heavy 10x, 12x, 15x leverage position. These are the things that are going to wipe you out, because it is going to dump long before you have time to actually close or clear that position. And even with all the advanced trader tools that are available right here on this very DEX, even with all of those advanced trader tools, you will get jumped. And anybody who uses advanced trader tools knows exactly what I mean when I say that you're going to get jumped. When you're over here in this world and you're playing around on this is what you care about, not the price. You care about that percentage. That's what we're looking for. We are looking for very, very, very short trading positions. Now, Polygon served me very, very well today, and we're going to take a look at that. I saw that in the comments. Somebody was talking about Credo. And how that it pretty well dumped him, wiped him out. This is the year chart on that, from 25 cents down to 4. You're actually in better position than a lot of these other tokens right now, dude, because I've seen much, much worse. It's brutal. I understand it. You're down 84.3% for the year. It says it right here. But let's take a look at one of the near and dears to our heart. Or at least anybody over here in the cosmos. Let's take a look how that one's doing. Yeah, you'd have been I'm sorry. I thought this was higher because I didn't look at it lately. And by the way, I'm going to vote bad. All right, look, who's the 68% of jagoffs that came over here, looked at these reds all the way across and said, thank God I own Osmo? Who are these people? Because the damn thing hit its all-time low 6 hours ago. That means unless you bought on the nut 6 hours ago, you're down in this token. Absolutely savaged and down in this token. But I did follow out because you asked the question. I wanted to take a look, and I took a look at Credo, and that's what this thing is. Your crypto in your safe hands. take secure custody of your digital assets more easily than ever. And the very first thing it asks you to do is create an account. So let me stop you there. Register. Look, you're going to KYC so that you can come on and do something that you could do with a damn crypto wallet in 5 minutes of research. But yeah, they made a system that'll probably take care of it for you. Look, they got special. Look, you need at least 10 characters in your password, man. That's pretty safe, right? Universally, everybody understands 10 characters and one uppercase, one lowercase, a special, and a number. Who could ever beat something like that? Aside from the fact that as soon as you type that password in there, Credo has it. So let me stop you there. I got a pretty good hunch why that particular token is down as much as it is, because that's just who are you servicing here? Anybody with a DeFi wallet should know how to safely and secure custody of their own tokens without a third party to help you with it. And if you don't, we have videos. If you really don't, Scott at ThePodocasts.com, babe. I will literally walk you through this step by step by step. You might as well log on with Google before you use something like that. So I think that really that answered it. Okay, anyway. I spend a lot of time talking about a lot more. We just started up the whole DYDX thing because that's the leverage platform that I would use. I'm not so sure about Levana. I like to make really, really big trades. And when I say big trades, I'm talking 5 and 6 digits with leverage. So I like to make really, really big trades. And I'm concerned about being paid out. That's my only problem with a lot of these things, is that I'm concerned that you are going to be liquid enough to pay me out when I make a big hit. So a lot of these smaller leverage platforms I stay away from, not because they're not good platforms or because the UI or UX is bad. It's because I'm concerned about what's going to happen when I make a multi-million-dollar hit on a single trade. Are you going to be able to pay me? I'm concerned. So because of that, I tend to stay with the name brands, but that's me. Bell, questions, comments, please carry on.
Microman, how is Emery? Understand why he's not here so much, but we miss him. I think Emery's been traveling the past week or so, and then I think he's gonna be at a Renaissance fair in Middle Amana, Iowa this coming weekend.
Is Middle Amana this weekend?
Yep, weekend 3, yep.
Oh, okay. Well, that sucks. I got to work. Anyway, carry on, Bill.
Jack Sparrow, comparing Algo to Ripple? Nope, like apples to oranges.
And it really is, man. But again, Jack Sparrow, you have to look at this from my position, all right? Because I'm we tried doing the educational thing and actually explaining what all of this is, what it was, how it works, all that stuff, dude. And we got like single views on these videos. People never even care. What is blockchain? How does it work? What is its purpose? I did a video on MintScan, which is a very, very good tool over here in the Cosmos, and it got 3 views. People just simply do not care. So I've tried the educational rep, man, and there was no interest in it. And as much as I like to do this, I like the views too. I like to I like to get validity for the time, validate the time that we spend over here. So for me to break this down and try to compare these two tokens, dude, it's a waste. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to care. They're really indifferent. I've come to the conclusion that most people simply want to know what make token go up. So we're kind of focusing over that direction. But Jack, you and we can have that conversation anytime, babe. Carry on, Bill.
Bud, Scott, what are your thoughts on Neutron?
Neutron. I'm interested. I'm just going to kind of leave it there, man. Look, I'm interested. It's clear that we are not an influencing channel. We're not those kind of people. I'm interested. I'm just going to leave it kind of out there. I'm interested because they got a different viewpoint on this, man, and I think different is good. But the biggie is that I think that they are starting to reach out to the correct chains. They're starting to reach out to the right people. I want to do business with people who see the market the way that I see the market, meaning that we want use case products. We want things that have external revenue streams. We want to do business with businesses. So I like that about Neutron. I kind of like that about Archway. The problem I have with Archway is that they're promising a lot of bridges, but they're not delivering shit. I haven't seen one of these big bridges yet, aside from Astrovault, which is hands down the ace. I mean, that's it. That's their big. When they go all in, it's basically all in on Astrovault. But aside from that, I haven't seen them really produce anything that I'm even the least bit interested in. NFT platforms, man, look, if you want to make yourself the world's biggest douchebag right now, ride a unicycle, vape, and say you're an NFT bro. I think you've just hit every single damn wicket that there possibly is as far as bad ideas. I mean, that's it. And I say that as I'm a person who vapes, but I don't ride a unicycle and I don't dabble in NFTs, so I think I'm okay with that. But these are all ideas from years ago, man, and they're just bleeding out ideas, and I don't understand how people can still come up even at this time and get so behind NFTs. The only NFTs that I own are things that are one of our Discord family members makes. MJ, he makes some pretty cool NFTs. I buy him up to support him, not because I think the goddamn NFT is going to be worth anything. I like to help friends, and he's a friend. So he puts out new NFTs. I buy up the max I'm allowed to, and we call it good. But I'm under no illusion that suddenly these things are going to be, world class, that these things are going to be as valuable as gold or ammunition. I have no illusions of that. But there's an entire subculture of crypto that absolutely believes that. So when that is your ace in the hole on your chain, it kind of makes me question how this is going to work out for you long term. Our big one over here. This is it. All right, this is our big one over here on Cosmos. That's funny that you look at it. This thing fell 11% in value right here just a couple hours ago. That thing piled off. That is a dev dump. That is a VC dump. That is absolutely tragic for a chain now that only has a market cap of $8 million. They are 100% pure NFT focused. That's it. They paid, they brought on, what's this guy's name? Don Kryptonium or whatever. They pay him to go out here and hustle for them. And it simply isn't working because the whole idea behind these things are absolutely brutally, viciously dead. This is 180 days. Is this an investment that you want to be in? From 17.5 cents from the high point right there over the last 6 months of 21 cents to 0.006. Let's check their all-time low because I bet we're pretty close to it. Oh, looky there, guys. We hit it 14 minutes ago. Is this something that you, honest to God, want to be invested in? Is this something that you're going to pitch me and tell me that it's going to come back, that everything's going to be okay? It's not unique to stars. It's unique to NFTs. It was a neat idea, but it's dead because you didn't implement it right. Supply chain management, great idea. Concert tickets, great idea. Movie tickets, airline tickets, paying for a goddamn taxi cab, or using it as a fucking gift card, great ideas. But using it for subjective art and expecting it to hold the value, and now you're shocked that you're dead broke? Do you really need somebody like this to explain it to you? I don't have to, man. I got charts that do it on my behalf. No, I'm not a chart guy. They're incredibly accurate about telling you what happened. That's what happened. Do you want to be in this? Do you want to buy the dip? Is this the time? Because for fuck's sake, man, you guys should buy stars. You believe in NFTs, they're the future, and that's the all-time low that we just hit 14 goddamn minutes ago. And this is after they are paying influencers to pitch the product. This is a problem. And if you can't see it by now, you don't need me to point it out. And looky there, I even gave it a good vote because I believe. Belle, please carry on. We're getting close to time.
Microman saying the same thing I've told you for over 2 years now. So maybe if it's coming from across the pond, maybe you'll listen this time.
Oh, he's a Brit. What does he know? What?
I think you do yourself down too much. You're the only channel I've ever found that gives real information about crypto. Don't think it isn't appreciated.
But people don't want to hear it. All right. You have to understand this market. All right. This is a people who are piling into these things, they have no fucking idea about basic economic fundamentals. As soon as I say velocity of money, you know what they hear? They say, "Oh, right. So today we're going to be talking about wah 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 wah," because they don't know, they don't care. All right, they have no interest in this. They just want to know what make token go up. And as soon as you start getting into basic economic fundamentals, business fundamentals, this is what makes having a desirable product that people will pay you to use. For some reason, this is just completely alien in the crypto landscape. It doesn't make sense to people. They want this. This is what they want. They want Juno. They want something that is that close to the all-time low after all of the bullshit that they've been through. It is the ultimate parking lot. There is dick built on this. Nothing. But people still believe it. They still buy it. They still see this thing at 14 cents and say, what a great time to buy. How is this a great time to buy? Please change my mind. Tell me what you see that the rest of the investing world doesn't see. So, no, man, look, people that want to hear it, dude. They want to hear hype. And I'll tell you what, there are very few people in this space that can hype the way I can hype. All right, look, I've been broadcasting for 25 damn years. All right, I can do a live read. I can say whatever the hell you want me to say. The difference is that I have my own money. I don't need yours, and I'm not going to pitch bullshit products. I refuse. I don't need your money. You're going to pay me? How about I buy your whole fucking chain? Because I can do that. And now I'm the boss, and you're going to get up there. You're going to pull your fucking pants down, and you're going to tell everybody out here how you fuck them. And you're done after that. I am more than happy to do that. In fact, if you guys want to see that, we actually priced out what it would cost me to buy Juno, and it's a line item for me. What do you think about that, Bell? Should we do that and bring all of the devs up there and just have them drop your pants and tell everybody what you did to them for all of these fucking years that you've been doing it? My goodness, you should not let me drink when I'm doing this. You guys understand I'm going to have to pull this video down, right? After this is it. You guys heard it, and now I'm going to pull it down because I can't have that out there. Anyway, carry on, Bell.
All right. So, Jack Sparrow, many people are simple in crypto, or they think they know more than they do, or they are builders and VCs that will get paid regardless, so they don't care.
Oh, yeah, man. That's
why the channel is small.
Yeah, because it is a fundamental truth, man. Look, the builders are always going to get built. Are paid. They're going to get paid in their token. They're going to dump it on your ass. And then you're going to come out and be surprised that you're losing money because you believe Twitter, because you believe they're influencers, and you believed all the people that they're paying to tell you what a good investment that you're making, man. Look, this is old hat. It's been done throughout every single market. Every single one of them. All of these bullshit infomercials that you see on YouTube that probably pop up even during my stream. How to make a fortune in real estate with only starting with $80. This is old hat, man. It's been done for every single market. The people that are going to come out of this on the other end, believe it or not, watch this, Bell. I'm going full screen for this. The people who are going to come out of this, that are going to make it out of this, are the people who are tuning into this channel because we are giving them something that is practically the allegory of the cave, man. We're taking you away from the shadows, and we're telling you what they actually are and what they actually mean. You have no idea. Go on big screen, Bell. How successful you can be over here in this market if you have a fundamental understanding of what you're up against. Sun Tzu, Art of War, big fan. Know thy enemy. If you do, because these people are not your friends, man. But if you do, and you understand their motives and you understand their methods, that's what we tell you. We point out our opinion of them, and then you can take it, digest it, say if I'm right or if I'm not right. But once you actually understand what you're up against, man, this gets easy. Not easy. There's always going to be a risk factor. But it gets a hell of a lot easier when you are making informed decisions based on accurate information. You're not going to get that anywhere else. You'll get it here. We'll tell you because I got no dog in this fight, man. I do my thing. And my thing doesn't affect your thing at all, and your thing doesn't affect mine. That's why we have such a very good relationship here because there's nothing I can do to bury you, and there's nothing you can do to bury me. We are all in the same boat, and we are rowing in the same direction. So when I say things like the Nash equilibrium, you understand what I mean. It means I'm about to sell. It means I'm about to sell. And you're going to have to adjust your investment strategy because the entire paradigm is about to change, because a big holder of all these things is about to sell it. So you understand where I'm saying with this. I'm not all-knowing and all-seeing. Man, I lose money too. But overall, long term, I've been successful in this, and I've been successful in this because I've left my cave. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up. We ran a little bit long, and I'm hungry. I want to go make some macaroni and cheese. I have a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. I'm going to go make it because I like Kraft macaroni and cheese. I got the money I need, but I still eat Kraft macaroni and cheese. That's funny to me. All right. Anyway, Belle, please talk us up. Take us out. I don't know if we're going to be live. We will not be live on Saturday. I got a thing. I'm flying out Sunday, but I might be here Saturday, and if Belle can't go live, I might go live all by myself. Can you imagine, Belle, what I will say if you're not sitting here talking in my right ear? Can you imagine what'll come out of my mouth? I know it'll be brutal. Anyway, talk us up.
It's going to be brutal.
Well, talk us up. Take us out. Let's spread some joy.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we appreciate each and every one of you guys that joined us this evening. Microman, special thank you for getting the geek switch flipped in this one, because oh my god, that was freaking fun. All right. Now, with that being said, as Scott was saying, he's got to fly out on Sunday to be, do his day job. So we are not going to be on Wednesday. We are going to try and coordinate and be on Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We will let you know if the time needs adjusting.
And give me some thumbs up. Damn it.
Now,
you guys understand this is how I validate myself.
If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns between now and then, definitely don't hesitate to email Scott or myself, Scott@ThePodocasts.com or Bella@ThePodocasts.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Microman, you made a request in the Discord earlier. Pop into the voice channel and I'll get you taken care of. Yeah, we'll jam out a little bit. Again, guys, we can't say thank you guys enough, and we will see you next time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.